I get it. Yeah. Hey, listen, I get it, guys. We're playing around. We're playing around with some stuff on here, just trying to see how we can get even more creative, guys. But hey, welcome. Welcome to Something to Smile About Saturday, guys. Today is the day that I don't try to upsell you coaching. I don't try to offer you coaching. Today literally is by talking about a story from the book by the same title, Something to Smile About, from Mr. Zig Ziglar. If you guys can see that over here, you guys can see that over there. Listen, guys, and today we're talking about the story about total commitment. This is episode number 21. 21. So can you guys believe that? We just started this a while back and we just kept on going. That's a whole lesson in and of itself, guys. And that's the power of consistency, of being persistent. And we're still playing around. That's why you kind of see the borders. We're changing the artwork. We're rebranding. We're doing some stuff. We're able to connect with some people up in Wisconsin that are helping us out with that. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, coming on here, sharing this. Because today on Something I'm going to Smile About Saturday, when we're talking about the commitment, right? My question is this. What does it take to rise from near tragedy to legendary status? Have you ever thought about that? We're going to be talking about the story of Ben Hogan. It's the ultimate example of how total commitment, preparation, and an unrelenting work ethic lead to extraordinary results. You know, we've talked about leadership. We've talked about all kinds of principles, all kinds of different things here on Something to Smile About Saturday. So today we're going deep into the middle of the playground to share with you guys on how this thing breaks down. So welcome all you early bird cool kids to the show this morning. Appreciate you being on here with us on Something to Smile About Saturday. Today we really are just exploring the incredible story of Ben Hogan. He was a guy who basically turned impossible odds into legendary triumphs, guys. And so whether you're a golfer or not, right? I'm not a golfer. I do have a little putting green over here in the corner of my office. When I get just need a little break, right? I've got it down to almost a hole in one every single time. But it doesn't matter because the qualities that we're going to learn here in just a little bit are qualities of commitment, of resilience, preparation that are going to inspire you in any single area of your life. So if that sounds like something that you want to have and you want to learn, this is going to be the episode that we're going to talk about, because right here, and again, it takes literally a minute and a half to read this thing. I'm just going to do it for you. It says, in the world of golf, many names are legendary. Jack Nicklaus, Byron Nelson, Bobby Jones, Ben Hogan, Arnold Palmer, amongst others. However, considering all factors, there are many who say that Ben Hogan would have to rate at or close to the top of the totem pole in this category. Hogan's accomplishments are too numerous to mention, but they include 242 top 10 finishes in PGA Tour events between 1932 and 1970. Hogan won 30 tournaments between 1946 and 1948 after returning from 2 years in the Army. Check that out. However, he is best remembered for the fact that on February 2nd, 1949, his car collided head-on with the Greyhound bus. Ouch. Ouch. He was nearly killed. Doctors initially doubted he would survive. Next, they predicted he would never even walk again, much less play golf. But just 16 months later, he was walking down the 18th fairway at the Marion Golf Club in Ardmore, Pennsylvania, putting the finishing touches on the storybook victory at the 1950 U.S. Open. It's truly said that true spectacular preparation precedes spectacular performance. And so his name is usually mentioned with awe and people consistently making comments about the intensity of his game, his commitment to practice, his total concentration on the issue at hand, and his absolute unwillingness to settle for anything less than his very best effort. He probably studied the game of golf more than anybody in history, and he worked diligently from dawn to dusk on the practice range, perfecting every facet of his game. I know that you may not be a golfer, but I talk about Hogan because the qualities that made him a great golfer would have made him a success in virtually any field of endeavor. And so he had an unbelievable commitment and a strong work ethic. He studied the game as few, if any, ever had, and he had an absolute conviction that he could improve regardless of the state of his game. I'm persuaded that if you'll adopt these qualities and focus on your chosen job or career, you will experience success. And who doesn't? Who doesn't want to experience success in their area, right? O.F. Nichols here says that if you have a tendency to brag, Just remember, it's not the whistle that pulls the train. Ouch! Guys, what an awesome story. So what can we take away from that story? Right? What can we learn? Right? What we've noticed is, if anything else, his life changed after his accident. 1949, doctor said that he wouldn't walk again, much less play golf. And so 16 months later, here he is, fixing to be crowned the U.S. Open in 1950. And it was his commitment, right, to preparation and his absolute refusal to accept defeat that really set him apart from everybody else. I'd never heard of him. I'm not a golfer, but I loved that story. And so Mr. Ziglar said this way, that what happened here was that Mr. Ziglar said that success is the maximum utilization of the abilities that you have, of the abilities that God gave you, right? God gave you some skills, some talents, and some gifts that only you have, but whether you put them into practice or not is entirely up to you. So what are you doing this morning? Why are you up? Why are you not doing something? I don't care that it's Saturday. Saturday, guys, look, I work on Saturday. I take phone calls. I'll take applications. I'll help people out, get pre-approved. I'll get them pre-qualified. There's a lot of things, right? But what are you doing? We're working behind the scenes on the podcast. We're working stuff. I'm taking some online courses. I'm studying some other stuff. I'm trying to get some licenses in other key areas of my life. And so what are you doing to better yourself, to challenge yourself? And so all of a sudden, Colossians 3:23 says it this way: whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart as if working for the Lord, not for human masters. And so ask yourself this question: what area of our lives, of your life, could use a dose of Ben Hogan's commitment? Write that down and then start today to go ahead and be committed on becoming the best possible version of yourself, having that dog with the bone tenacity, bulldog of a grip, that it doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter what's going on. You're going to make this thing happen, right? Because if God is for you, what could be against you guys? And so where could you really show up for yourself? And write it down and start today, because today is all you got, right? That quote in there about spectacular preparation precedes spectacular performance wasn't just about golf. It was his approach to life. And he spent one after another, he spent countless hours perfecting his craft, showing that true excellence comes from that relentless dedication, right? You guys know I study other coaches, right? John Wooden said that failing to prepare is preparing to fail, right? Proverbs 21:5 says the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Guys, I don't want that for you. Man, at the first of the year, we, as a family, right, our book club, we're going to be doing a chapter a day in Proverbs. And I invite you guys, come hang out with us, read Proverbs with us for a day starting in January. If you want to be part of that, hey, just DM me the word Proverbs and I'll put you in on the deal. I wonder if we can do a Zoom. I wonder if we can do a virtual meeting for that. That would be awesome to do a little takeaway, talk about that. But guys, what's one goal? Here's a challenge for today, right? What's one goal that you've been pursuing and that you could create a detailed plan for? And then what does spectacular preparation look like for you? And how are you able to commit? Here's the thing. Get you an accountability partner, right? I'll go back to one of the greatest movies ever made, right? Toy Story, when they were moving. I keep this really simple, guys. Right? You have to have a moving buddy. If you don't have one, get one, right? That's what Woody always said. And so have yourself an accountability partner. If you don't have one, get one. Hey, DM me, call me, text me directly, 903-570-0052. I'll be your accountability partner. You have mine. We have several that are keeping me on track. Well, actually, they're keeping me in check. Is really what I should say. Holidays were just tough around my house. Man, Angie made a bread pudding that once you put a little bit of vanilla ice cream on it, yeah. All right, back to the show. So here's the thing, right? If we could do anything, let's look at the qualities of Ben Hogan that we can actually use, of Hogan that we can take away from this, because you can literally transform any career, any goal into helping you to be that person that you've always wanted, right? Number one is that work ethic, right? Be willing to put in the hours that others won't, right? If you're willing to do what others won't, you'll be able to have what others can't. Not that they aren't able to. It's just that because they're not putting in the time. And so, the second part to this is that continuous improvement, right? It was Edward Deming that talked about that continuous improvement was our only sustainable competitive advantage in this life. And so what are you doing? Are you constantly getting better? Are you evolving? Are you growing? Are you daily sharpening that axe? Are you daily getting around people who motivate you, inspire you, who encourage you to be able to be more, do more, so that you can create more, whatever it is that you want in this life, guys? That's why we do what we do. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't have that, you need to get around somebody that can help you get that, because continuous improvement is going to be key. You definitely do not want to be this place next year with the same old sob story, with the same old song and dance. New year, new me. No, guys, it's new year, same you, unless you choose to implement some of these characteristics and qualities that we're talking about. All right, the third one is focus. Focus. And so master the ability to concentrate fully on the task at hand. I mean, what are you doing? This whole multitasking thing, it's not a thing. It's not real. Because the minute you take away your attention from whatever it is that you were on, you're no longer focused on that one thing. You're not multitasking. You had to stop what you're doing, right? Multitasking, about the only thing you can do is chew gum and walk at the same time, and some of y'all messed that up. All right, we need to wrap this thing up. Get out of here. Well, on Saturday, I guess we don't have to stick to the 15-minute. Can we get a little bit of liberty here? Are y'all cool with that? Are you guys cool with that? All right, let's go on, guys, because seriously, Mr. Ziglar said that this is talking about discipline, and it's in his little book of big quotes. He said discipline is all about doing the things that you need to do when you need to do them, so that the day, the time, the season will come that you're going to be able to do what you want to do when you want to be able to do them, guys. Isaiah 40:31. We talked about this yesterday on Faith Here Fierce Pride. Yay! Right? What did it say? But those who wait on the Lord, those whose hope is in the Lord, shall renew their strength. Right? They're going to soar with wings like eagles. They're going to run and not grow weary. They're going to walk and they're not going to faint, guys. And we talked about that, right? That waiting on the Lord is not about just sitting around twiddling your thumbs. It's about doing something, serving something, helping somebody. Waiting, back in the Hebrew and the Greek, talks about like being a server, right? Like a waiter at a restaurant. And so what are you serving? Who are you serving? Are you being a good servant leader? Are you being a good faithful servant, right? That God trusts you with those talents that he put inside of you. What are you doing with those? I hope nobody is burying them. I hope nobody says, well, it's just, us four and no more. We're just going to hang on tight. We're going to tie a knot on this rope and hang out here till God comes. Guys, no. I love what Les Brown said. He says, when God comes, when my time comes, I want him to find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one, guys. And that's what I want for you guys. That's what I want for you guys to be able, for all you cool kids that show up here, that share this content, that like this, that engage, that put the comments in there. That's why we do this, guys, because I want to have just a fun party, a fun cookout. My house, you're invited. And we're just going to hang out. I think we do it once a month. What do y'all say? We do it about once a month. We're always doing a fundraiser at our house anyway, so we'll just kind of mix it all together. We'll party it up. We'll have a good time. Of course, I've got to get permission from the missus to make sure it's all good. As long as we stay outside and don't bring dirt into the house, I think she's going to be cool with it. So hopefully that's going to work out okay. But how can you apply this? Johnny Wan, what we've just been talking about, how can we apply this into our everyday lives? Because which of those three qualities, right, that we just talked about, do you need to work on the most? That's a good question, Big Mike. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you, Jim. I appreciate you. I know you're watching this. You may not engage as much as you used to, but you watch these. I appreciate that. But listen here. Commit to practicing it daily. This week and every week, guys. Just start to do it. And what you're going to notice that you're going to start to see the difference. You're going to start to see the reason, right? Because a lot of times, you look at Mike Tyson, you look at any of the athletes, any of the professional, right? The Hall of Famers. You look at. I mean, gosh, who can we use right now? Kansas City Chiefs, right here, White House. Patrick Mahomes, right? Some of the things that he does is because he goes out there and he practices. He may not enjoy the practice, but he enjoys the benefits of having practice. And so, one of the fun facts, we had to tie Pedro to the microphone boom stand here because he kept getting lost. But he loves coming up with fun facts. And Pedro had a fun fact that talked about, about Hogan's accident, right? Inspired the invention of the modern seatbelt. Right? It was at a tragedy that something came into existence because that's how the seatbelt came to be. So his story literally saved lives beyond the golf course. And so for all of you cool kids that came up here and hung out with me this morning, right? Let's channel that Hogan level type of commitment to be able to go out there and be more, do more, and have more, right? Focusing this entire week and committing to that one goal. Not all of these. I know we got a lot of things to do, but just focus on one this week, guys. And so share in the comments section, or you can DM me directly, or you can email me, however you want to do this. But share one goal that you're focusing on and how you're preparing for success. What are you doing to make sure that you hit the level of success that you know that you're capable of in 2025, right? Everybody's doing this thing of thrive in 25. But I'm telling you guys, I think the thing that you have to do before you can thrive in 25 is you got to come alive. Come alive in 25 so that you can thrive in 25. I go back to that movie, The Matrix, about how, guys, you need to unplug. Stop going through life just as a normal 9 to 5, whatever it is that you do, guys. There's so much more out there for you guys. And so for all you cool kids, I want you to do that. Let's channel that Hogan commitment level type thing to the next level, right? We talk about, with Billy Cox. Let's go to that next level of what we have that's inside of us. And so let's inspire one another to be able to do this. That rising tide really does lift all boats. And that's all I'm trying to say, guys, because I want each of us to aim high, to work hard so that we can play, even more. And I'm not talking about goof off. I'm talking about when you've earned the right to take those vacations, to go see those beaches, to go to the mountains, to go to Europe vacations, go to those cruises that you've always wanted to, guys. Again, if you'll discipline yourself to do the things that you need to do when you need to do them, the day, the time, the season is going to come that you can do what you want to do when you want to do it, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up, right? Because it's all about mindset. The mindset is just simply commit to excellence and believe in your ability to overcome those challenges, guys. It's going to happen for you. Don't bite it, siga, right? The motivation is the preparation is the key to spectacular performance, guys. I think it was Nick Saban that said perfect practice prevents poor performance. That was the PG-13 version. And then the methodology, the how, is cultivate a strong work ethic, right? Continuous improvement and the unwavering focus. Guys, hey, listen, go out there, have a phenomenal rest of your Saturday. Have a great spiritual Sunday, guys. And we'll be back up here on TGIMM, right? Motivational Monday. I don't know. I'm liking the hat. I've never really had a white hat, but I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. Thank you again, Billy Cox. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you so much. All of you cool kids out there. Hey, let's go out there and do something today, something fun. Let's go. Just go out there and just be a kid again, right? Tap into that childlike faith to be able to live out your childhood dreams in this playground we call life. All right, guys. Thank you for the extra 3 minutes. Appreciate you. Or 3.5. Appreciate you. Love you. Adios.